We are arriving, cribs on driving. Come on. We are arriving, cribs on driving. Let's go. What makes them thrive? What gives them drive? Keeps us occupied. It can't be denied. Dayan and Fabi taking you for a ride. Front door to backyard, bedside to fireside. Showing you things to get you inspired. So sit back and relax and take a look inside. We are arriving, cribs on driving. Come on. We are arriving, cribs on driving. Yeah. We are arriving, cribs on driving. Get real. We are arriving, cribs on driving.
Julian, thank you so much for welcoming us. We're super excited to be here in Roche-Posay. Can you tell us a little bit more about Roche-Posay?
We are the first leader of hydrotherapy dermatological treatment here, based with our specific and unique thermal water.
Right, because you hear about like these mineral waters, you know, there are many brands that are based on them, but your brand is actually medicinal in that it's a proper composition of selenium, silica, bicarb, and calcium that really lends to a healing effect.
Here, the thermal water, we have more than 100 micrograms per liter of selenium inside this water. In the French system, it's under prescription, so it's a medicine. So you can't come here without prescription.
And how many patients per year do you see in the center?
7,000 people per year.
And right now, on
Today?
on the property today,
Yeah.
how many patients do you have?
In one day, we can have 500 people in one day.
And I understand, is it true the French government actually helps reimburse or pay for the stays for the patients who come here from France?
For the medical part, not with the accommodation, it's reimbursed by the French system. For the treatment, only for the treatment, it's 3 weeks of treatment here, so six days a week.
So eczema, what other conditions does this water is used for to treat?
So the different skin conditions we treat here, so eczema, it's 55% of our patients. Psoriasis too, 25% of our patients. Also severe burns and scars, it's 10% of our patients. And since 2007, we welcome post-cancer patients. Side effect of chemotherapy.
Like dermatitis and other things.
As mycositis.
Yes, mucositis.
So inside the mouth also, if they have...
And also for radiotherapy for the burns too.
So maybe you can walk us into some of those treatment rooms?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. What I think people don't recognize in the United States is that these healing properties that are found in this water is basically the same water that's infused in every single product that is sold worldwide.
From
Exactly.
Roche-Posay
From
products.
Roche-Posay.
Yeah.
All the thermal water is here.
There's so much science behind the brand. It's not, yes, it's built on tradition. Before we had prescription medications, but I mean, take a look at all of these posters.
Yeah. We have more than 24 studies and publications.
Right,
and
post-cancer, you know, so I know that your Lipcar product line
Blepharitis.
has that microbiome technology so that you're coupling your water with all this work that you're doing on
specific properties
microbiome.
of the thermal water to rebalance the skin microbiomes.
I mean, we recognize that the microbiome has such an effect. I mean, we're pretty much an island for all these bacteria, fungi.
Some of us more than others.
And that when it goes in disarray, it can be responsible for worsening the inflammatory conditions that we see on the skin. So it's wonderful to also know that some of the properties that your water has helps regulate that microbiome.
And this area here is to treat children, it looks like.
We welcome children 6 months to 13 years old, for example. The water
Comes from here, the phosphate, yeah.
To you use hydrogen peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide?
Yeah, for the disinfection part.
The infection part.
Are there a lot of patients that keep coming back?
30% of patients comes 2 or 3 times, and 30 patients more than 2 and 3 times, and 30% only 1 time.
Once a year or once every 2 years?
Once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Are they very happy, very satisfied? Do you feel like it really helps them?
They told me that here we change their life. It's incredible, the results, for example, for eczema and psoriasis, they can sleep well. Also, smoothing effect on the skin also, and the disappearance of the disease.
So this is the actual water from the spring.
So it's great to bathe in, and it's also okay to drink.
And when you come here, you have to drink thermal water.
Oh,
so
really?
You have to drink 250 milliliters to 1 liter per day.
Really? It's prescribed?
So it's also prescription.
Because it's good on the skin, but it's good inside.
It's a great
the body.
antioxidant, selenium.
Antioxidants,
Yes.
Anti-radicals, anti-inflammatory too.
So how come there's not La Roche-Posay water in the stores? I see Evian water. Why not La Roche-Posay water?
You can't take this water to go in other countries. You have to drink it just here.
Julian, we usually come to France for the champagne and for the wine, but now it's for the water.
It's a
Cheers. That was impressive. That was great.
That was
wasn't it?
so impressive. I mean, it makes me want to go try the water myself.
Well, you know, actually, we can actually go sit in the bath right over there in the spa. Did you bring a bathing suit?
I brought a bathing suit.
A bikini?
It's not that kind of bath.
All right, let's go try the water.
Let's try it out.
Yeah.
You know, you hear about all of these like thermal baths. You hear about all of these product lines that have some form of, you know, water source that's rich in its variety of minerals, but none of them have shown to have so many medicinal properties like the water here.
So selenium, silica,
bicarb,
and calcium.
But it's the right blend of those. So it's not like I can go home and make it myself, right?
Yeah.
Although maybe I'll try. But nevertheless.
And people from all around the world come here for these baths.
About 8,000 a year come here for these baths.
Medicinal, people who have like cancer and eczema and
or people
atopic
that are,
dermatitis.
Yes, or are suffering from like, you know, the effects of radiation or chemo. You have dermatitis and other things that you can get from some of these chemo agents. So it's quite powerful.
So do you have any skin disorders that you're going to benefit from in here?
I have a lot of like emotional heart things that I need to heal from. A lot of inflammation.
Definitely feels different, doesn't it?
The water feels different. I mean, they call it the velvet water,
Yeah.
but it really highlights the importance of like the composition of the ratio of the different minerals. You know, selenium, silica, calcium, and bicarb.
So to me, it almost feels like you're like in this nutrient soup.
Right, like I'm being hugged by the water.
Yeah, like it's got a warmth to it, and like it's like thicker. It is.
It's velvety.
Velvety.
There you go.
I like that. What I love here is that people have been doing this for centuries.
Yes.
You know, in the U.S., we're so quick to prescribe something, but in Europe and in other parts of the world, thermal baths have a strong part of that history for healing.
Right, because they had to find some source of healing when we didn't have these prescription medications.
Right. What I love here is actually the European government pays, the French government pays for people to come down here.
Right, I mean, they're doing this stuff not just even for skin conditions, but even what I was like dysesthesias, people that have like neuropathies. I mean, I know that, you know, that's something that is very frustrating. Some of the prescription medications aren't even that effective and have a lot of side effects where you don't really have negative side effects from, you know,
Thermal water.
from thermal water.
So what I could get used to this.
Yeah. What are you healing from?
Actually, my skin's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think I have any issues with my skin.
I'm glad you feel so confident about
I'm
it.
comfortable with the skin I'm in.
Yeah. Lovely to be with you both, Alexandra and Sophie.
Thank you for having us.
you have now become the #1 dermocosmetic brand in the world, recommended by dermatologists. What makes the brand so unique?
Well, I think you experienced the best part of it starting from the thermal center. That's a place that is very dear to our hearts. You know, we fully renovated it a few years ago. Today, it's true, it's a huge privilege to be this #1 dermocosmetics brand in the world. And I think it comes responsibility, a lot of responsibility. For me, what makes it so unique today is, I think the first is that it's this tension between the extreme efficacy on one side and extreme benevolence on the other side. And I think you experience both at the same time in this place, the thermal center. Extreme efficacy because we are always striving to be pioneering science. You know, we were the first ones to talk about UVA long before people just focused on UVBs, and we know how important long UVAs are to fight and to protect our skin against long UVAs. We talked very early on about microbiome and how it is important to balance skin microbiome to treat either acne or eczema. I think we are today, you said it, the #1 prescribed brand by dermatologists in the world. And I think, again, this comes with proofs. We are really striving to develop more clinical studies every year. So I think in the last 4 years, we multiplied by 4 the number of clinical studies. So I think that's really here to illustrate how efficacy is important to us. And at the same time, benevolence. You know, we are patient-centric. To give you a for instance, we have this tech tool that's based on AI that we developed to diagnose acne, your acne, is it soft or mild acne, or is it severe acne? And we know how hard it is sometimes to get an appointment with a dermatologist. So we believe that's how we are patient-centric and we're purposeful.
I was so impressed about how much of this center, the Roche-Posay, is rooted in taking care of people's health. For over 500 years, it's been a place where people have pilgrimaged to for skin conditions. And how much of that goes into the product development every single day?
In digging into the efficacy of the water, we found out that the water had actually interactions with the skin microbiome, which is just amazing. You know that at the surface of the skin, we have populations of bacteria. So we found out that making sure that the skin is well balanced in between those populations of bacteria is actually enhancing the health of the skin. And this is what our water does. So having this water inside our products is also contributing to the health of the skin in the way that we balance this microbiome on an everyday basis.
So you have a therapeutic brand that's rooted in a long-standing history that people have been coming to for years, and is complementary to what we do medically. Where's the future of La Roche-Posay? Where do you see it going?
The future is bright, bright, and at the same time, again, I would use the word responsibility because we see more and more cancer will rise up. So for us, I think this is a topic. You know, we've been working on cancer support for 15 years and cancer supportive care. Another key crisis that we hear a lot about from the World Health Organization, for instance, is mental health. Mental health, we know more and more of our younger population, they really have those issues. And the way we approach it is we want to tackle this as a key topic. So we are working, and it's still under development, so I won't reveal anything like no, because it's still under development, but we are working on more complemented tools. I'm thinking product and services at the same time to allow our patients to feel more confident. So I think mental health is a key topic for us. Of course, universal skin of color is a key topic. And I would say probably also emerging. You know, La Roche-Posay now is really an international brand, and we have a lot of our turnover coming from emerging countries. I'm thinking Thailand, I'm thinking Indonesia, and we need to cater for the needs of patients there that are very different, you know. Yes. Sun exposure is very high. Humidity, climate conditions are different, so they're asking for products that are lightweight with this dry touch feel. So I think that's the sensory mapping is very different in those areas than it is in more mature markets. So I think there's a lot for us of innovation to come, specifically targeting those markets.
Wow, this future sounds bright.
Yeah, it sure does.
Well,
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you,
It's been
thank
such a
you.
pleasure. We appreciate it, and we look forward to more to come from La Roche-Posay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Boy, that was really impressive, wasn't it?
I mean-
how do you feel?
Well, I feel great swimming in that velvety water.
It does. I really feel good. I feel healthier. Did you know that La Roche-Posay, the brand, had all this therapeutic value behind it, that it really had the water from this part of the country?
I think that you hear about mineral-based water brands, but I've never really recognized how much science is behind the brand, right? Over 24 clinical studies, and not just investigating its anti-inflammatory benefits, but also its effects on the microbiome, which we know have a definite impact on, the health of our skin. So it's really therapeutic compared to probably some of the other mineral-based water brands.
And there's a reason why it's the most commonly recommended brand by dermatologists.
Yeah, I mean, and a reason why the French government even pays for your treatments while you're here.
I think I want to come back here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Maybe bring Matteo?
that'd be a great idea.
I think it's a brilliant idea.